Good morning, my name's Peter. I'm going to be making a birding video today in response to a challenge from the guys at Badgerland Birding. I'm looking for a song sparrow, northern shoveler, and western meadowlark here in Southern California. I live on the border between Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Today I'm going to be going down to Malibu Lagoon, where I think that's my best chance to find all three. I found all three there in January, but in March the shovelers may have headed north and the western meadowlark population moves around. There should still be some in the area, but they may not be there. But I've got some other spots to try for those. I'm taking this opening shot here in this little spot because this little hedge to my left, we had song sparrows nest there last year. So I'm fully confident. In fact, I've heard those in March as I walk my dog in the morning, so I feel real confident about those. And we'll see, maybe we can get the others. So thanks to the guys at Badgerland Birding again for inspiring this, my first video. Hope you enjoy it, hope it turns out okay. Thank you. Hi, here I am at Malibu Lagoon State Park. Perhaps you can hear the song sparrow singing in the background. I took a picture of it on my app to my song identifier, so a little extra proof, but maybe the song will be enough. Malibu Lagoon State Park is one of my favorites. There's a good possibility I can catch all three species from the Badgerland Challenge today, so let's see. So there's one of the target birds fast asleep, the northern shoveler. I'll try to get one with a little more interesting action going on, but at least we've got it. It's getting late for them to be here. I was a little worried they'd all be gone. They'll be heading north soon. Here are some of the nice plants and some of the foliage down here at the lagoon. In the winter, you can often see western meadowlarks in these areas. Surprising to see them down by the beach, but they come down here. I was hoping to catch all three species here today, but I have not heard nor seen the slightest glimmer of a western meadowlark, so that might not work. I may have to go elsewhere. The tide is high this morning. I don't know if you can see out the corner of this wimbrel walking along. I feel lucky to even see that with the tide this high. When the tide is lower, there's all kinds of rocks out there that you get the wimbrels, godwits, black-bellied plovers, that kind of thing hovering around, but not so far this morning. We'll see if we can get a little closer to that wimbrel without spooking it. I almost overlooked this resting flock of marbled godwits. They blend in so very well. But, once again, I wish they'd been a little more active this morning. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're one of my favorites down on the beach, but it's nice to see them and show them to you in any case. There you can see some resting brown pelicans out on the little sandy point there. Another California specialty. We're supposed to have some rain in here today. Maybe that's why everything's so calm. We feel the weather change. But anyway, there they are. Large flock of gulls down here this morning. Mostly western gulls and ring-billed gulls. Often there are California gulls in the mix, herring gulls in the mix. Found a glaucous wing gull this winter. I would love to have seen a Kierman's gull. To me, those are the prettiest gulls. I don't see one of those today yet. Might not be lucky enough to find one. I'll put a photo in if I get one of it today. Well, I found them, sort of. Those dark brown gulls in the middle are juvenile or immature, however you want to phrase it, Heermann's gulls. The adults are so pretty, but the young ones aren't really a lot to look at, frankly, but they're here. A black-bellied plover flock just flew in, but I think a beach walker may scare them here momentarily. We'll see if they stick around. I saw a ruddy turnstone or two in there with them. The shorebirds were in fact spooked by the walker on the beach, but it did give us the opportunity to look at this photo I took. You can see at the right-hand side of the photo the red arrow pointing to the whimbrel with the curved bill. At the top of the photo, the yellow arrow points to a ruddy turnstone. The turnstones have a white streak down their back and a white rump. If there had been surfbirds in the area, the surfbirds have a white rump only, no white streak down their back, so that's a good differentiator for those. Most of the shorebirds that flew, however, were the black-bellied plovers, which is what the white arrow is pointing at. A distinguishing mark for those in flight is what are called the black armpits. You can see under the wing the black marking there. There's the little guy I was hoping to show you, a snowy plover. We can get quite a few late in the summer after their young have hatched out. But this time of year, pretty slim pickings. They often set aside of the beach aside for the snowy plovers to nest. These terns also. I don't see too many least terns at this beach, but we do get the snowy plovers here, and it's great to see this one. This is an Allen's hummingbird. This is one kind we get down here in Southern California, along with the Anna's hummingbird. This one is a little more colorful. It looks very much like a rufous hummingbird, but it has a green back instead of the bright rufous back of the rufous hummingbird. There's some minor differences in the tail feathers that an expert would use to tell the difference, but I usually just go by the color of their back. Hello, I'm now here at Malibu Creek State Park. Couldn't find the western meadowlark at Malibu Lagoon, so there's a chance here. I've got a few other tricks up my sleeve if this bombs out. One thing this has done, I don't know if you can see the sticks in that tree sticking up behind me in the background. I think there's band-tailed pigeon up there. I took a photo. We'll see how that turns out. So that's a good one for me. They're here in California. Often have to go up to Mount Pino, somewhere like that. Sometimes at the LA Arboretum in the fall eating fruit. But I don't see many of them, so let me try to find one here today. I know they hang around the cliffs. But, give you a view of the cliffs in the background here, so it's good habitat for them. This is a nice park. There's a lot more here when it's true spring, April and May, but we'll see if we can get a western meadowlark here today. If not, I got one other pretty sure spot. I think I can pull one out. I was really hopeful of picking up a western meadowlark in this area of Malibu Creek State Park. Maybe a smidgen on the hilly side, but I've seen them here before. But I'm not hearing them. I might go over the hills, see if it gets a little flatter. But may have to hit my backup plan tomorrow. We'll see. Well, it definitely does not look any less hilly back here, although you do have a good view of the park. There's places I just walked up. I could walk higher, don't really care to. I don't think it'll be productive. I do hear a scrub jay in the background over there. Seen a red-tailed hawk, acorn woodpecker, turkey vulture that I didn't get on camera or video this morning. But I think we'll pack it in for here and go see what we can find tomorrow. Just as I was getting ready to head down the hill, I was really lucky to have a Lewis's woodpecker fly into the tree beside me. These large, beautiful woodpeckers are not common in this area. We see them more in the winter, so I felt very fortunate to see one today. As I was walking down the hill, still flushed with excitement from the Lewis's woodpecker, there was a large flock of violet-green swallows over the grassy area. They were way too fast for me to capture with the camera I was using that day, but I thought I'd put a picture in that I took in California a couple years ago because they're so pretty, and I thought you might like to see it. I'm here at what's called the S curve on Cañada Larga Road, which is a road that runs from the 101 up to Ojai. As you can see, nice pasture land all around, and I nearly always see meadowlarks out here in the spring, so we'll see if today's lucky day. I pulled over here because, in fact, I thought I saw something out in the field. I didn't see it after I got the car off the road and got out and looked, so not sure. I did see some ground squirrels. Maybe it was just a ground squirrel setting up. Who knows? I did see a nice red-shouldered hawk. Looked like it was carrying a snake up into a tree when I came in, but no good place to stop there. So anyway, it's there's often good birds in the wintertime. Some of these trees hold sapsuckers or woodpeckers, so maybe we'll get lucky and find a late one of those here today too. It's about as close as I've ever been to a roadrunner. I'm really enjoying this. Well, no meadowlarks today at Cañada Larga Road. There must be some there, but I sure wasn't finding them. None of them popped out. Did see a few good birds though. Hope those videos turn out okay. So right now I'm down at near Ormond Beach off Arnold Road in Oxnard. And this area is kind of a wetland area. There's a little bit of marsh. There's a bordered by the sod farm, so there's in the fall there's meadowlarks down here. I would think there'd be some down here today, but they not be coming out of the grass either. It's getting noontime-ish, maybe 11 o'clock, somewhere in there, so might be getting a little warm for them to come out. But the thing about Cañada Larga Road is you have to stay off the pastures, of course. They're people's private property, so you're along the road. You can't really walk around very well, and I think it's maybe a little more likely that on the path here I might kick one up. So anyway, we'll see what's happening here. Maybe we'll find something else good, if not a meadowlark. Here's bonus shoulder footage. A little better than what I was able to take the other day at Malibu Lagoon. These are in a little, I guess you'd call it a drainage pond here at Ormond Beach. These flats, the water when it rains, rained a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and so the water's still here. So, extra bonus shovelers, no meadowlarks yet. I did hear a Sora, Winnie, Good morning. Gail's taking this video of me down here at the Salton Sea. We're at the Sunny Bono National Wildlife Refuge. Yesterday we were at Anza Borrego State Park. Hadn't really intended to put this into the video, but we finally found the western meadowlark on the drive over here. So I thought we put it in, give you a little extra bonus footage. We also saw about 4 or 5 burrowing owls, and so we're excited to see what we can find down here today. We saw a roadrunner this morning, and I'll include some pictures in the video of common ground doves we found, also some Gambel's quail here. So we're looking forward to a good morning. We finally completed the challenge. I consider it almost more a tie than a victory, though, because don't have those western meadowlarks on camera yet, but hopefully we'll be able to pull that off this morning. Here on a wire, high above the field, was the coveted western meadowlark, the last of the target birds. You can see from this photo, it was quite a ways off, and it flew before we could get closer for a better photograph. The ones in the field were too far away from the path to photograph well either, so this will have to do. I promised you a Gambel's quail and a common ground dove in the Salton Sea opening. So here's the common ground dove. You can see the red on its wing, which is usually only visible when it flies, but he was showing off on the bird feeder today. Most quail in California are the California quail, the state bird, but the Gambel's quail can be found in the arid desert type areas which surround the Salton Sea. This pond at the Salton Sea Wildlife Refuge has a number of islands set aside for breeding terns. This time of year, there's a large number of white pelicans, large number of shovelers, quite a few avocets, a few other birds such as cinnamon teal. You can hear the common yellowthroat and marsh wrens singing in the background. I couldn't resist putting one last bird in from the Anza State Park. This is the Lawrence's Goldfinch. They are quite irregular in their wanderings, and I don't see them every year, maybe about once every 3 or 4 years. So I was very pleased to catch one on this trip as well. Thanks again to the guys from Badgerland Birding for inspiring me to get out and make my first video. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the challenge, even though it took me most of the month, a lot longer than I thought it would. But it did get me out walking the fields and found a few more interesting birds than I would have seen otherwise. So thanks for that as well. I hope you don't mind. I put a few of these extra California species that I thought you all might not see every day into the video. So I hope you enjoy them. I also hope you don't mind. I'm going to stick an extra little bit on the end about the book I wrote recently, published, about my big year or moderately big year in 2019. If you're interested, please, you can find that on Amazon, iTunes, all the local online purchase places. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you again.